Good morning, this is Kalvirs Consulting, and we have developing the first question of the 25 most hard questions on the GMAT. So, now, when we see this question, we see if x is positive, which of the following could be the correct ordering of 1 over x, 2x, and x squared? We have two possible strategies here. So, the first strategy for us is to try to pick up numbers. I think this is kind of dangerously to pick up numbers, because if you try to pick a number, so you should pick up very specific numbers. But the second way how to solve this is to using a formula, right? What kind of formula? We will try to solve this according to the theorems of the algebra. What kind of formula we will use? Well, we will try to disagree this inequality into sections. The first section is x squared less than 2x, and we will try x squared less than 2x. If we see x squared less than 2x, we will make our factorization. So we have x times x minus 2 less than 0. So we will make our factorization, and then we will find out as 0 and 2, and then positive, negative, positive. This is negative. Then we will use the negative interval, or the interval which is drawn with the negative. So the first interval solution for the first section is x between 0 and 2. Then we will use the other side. The other side is 2x less than 1 over x. If we make our cross multiplication, we will see x squared less than 1/2. Then we will square root for both sides, and then we will see x is less than the square root of 1/2. We are following only the strategy, and greater than the negative square root of 1/2. Alright, so we will draw this, and then we will see is in between 0, this is 1. In any part of between 0 and 1 is a square root of 1/2. We don't need to be so exactly with this. So then this is the solution. So this is the first step and the second intersection for both. Yes, there is, which is this is the intersection for both. Exactly this. So exist, yes, exist. So the first statement, it is true. Once we know that the first is right, we will go further to the second one. The second one, we need to see something as x cubed less than 1. This is x less than 1, so it's in between 0 and 1. This is the solution, the interval solution for this. Then the other section of that interval, it is yes, it's the opposite. So we won't work again this, because this is exactly the opposite as this. So what is the solution for this? That's the solution. So the solution for the other is the opposite. So in short words, this is 0, this is 1, this is square root of 1/2, and we are looking the opposite. So the other range, the outside range, that's the solution. There exists an interval between the first and the second. Yes, there exists between 0 and 1 and square root of 1/2 and above. Yes, there exists this. So for the second one, it's also true. The first one and the second one are true. Finally, we will try the third one. The third one, as you see, is kind of puzzle of the first two. What we see here, we'll see something like x squared minus 2 x is greater than 0, so x times x minus 2 is greater than 0. If you see this, that's exactly the opposite as this. You see that? So what it means that is the opposite. What's the opposite? The opposite is between 0 and 2. The opposite will be the other interval. Why not 0 and negative? Because the question says positive. Okay, what about the second part? The second part says something like x cubed less than 1. Well, this is something like cube root of the first, cube root of the second. It is x less than 1. Why are you doing this? It's because both sides are technically positive. Why? Because x is positive. So I will draw this, then this is 0 between 1, and then I got it. Is there any intersection for both statements, for both intervals? No. So the third one is not. What's the answer? The answer is 1 and 2. Thank you, and this is another question solved by Kalvirs MBA Consulting. Visit our page at kalvirs.com. Thank you. We will see you another time.